So an internal versus an external locus of control. When we say locus of control, locus just means location. And when we say control, we're talking about self-control. So is the location of our self-control internal, or are we being controlled from things outside of us? An example of this would be thinking that we have to have enough friends or the right friends in order to be happy. Relying on other people to charge us up or to make us feel good about ourselves. And we do need other people, but relying on them solely to make us feel good about ourselves and to charge us up is living from an external locus of control. If we're married, relying on a spouse to make us fulfilled, happy people is also living from an external locus of control. People feel accepted or validated, or that their worth in life is confirmed by having this spouse. But when the spouse fails to live up to their expectations, or they make a mistake, or they turn out not to be the complete dream that we thought they were, well, we get discouraged and disappointed, and we lose our sense of acceptance or validation or worth. This is why half of first-time marriages fail, because people go into it from an external locus of control, thinking that their spouse is going to make them fulfilled and happy. Now, if we're single and we think that having a significant other is suddenly going to make all the difference in the world, that's living from an external locus of control. If we're not married and we think that the external factor of having a spouse is suddenly going to make our lives worthwhile, or validate us or prove our worth, then we're living from an external locus of control. If we're discontent single, then we're probably going to be discontent married as well. If we have no purpose or direction without certain friends, or without a spouse, or without a certain job, then what makes us think we're going to suddenly have purpose and direction once we do have those friends, or that spouse, or that job? So if it's our outward environment, our outward circumstances that make us feel happy or safe or fulfilled, what happens when we fail in business, or get sick, or flunk a test? We can't rely on our outward environment. The world is amazing. Creation is beautiful. People are fascinating. They're creative, productive creatures. But the world also lets us down. Creation turns on us. There are accidents, disasters, diseases, and people turn on us too, with unkindness, unfairness, spitefulness, gossip, crime, war, and economic collapse. We can't rely on our outward environment to make us happy or fulfilled. We can enjoy it when it's good. We can endure it and let it strengthen us when it's bad. But we need to rely on something internal, something lasting, to bring us joy and peace and fulfillment when the storms of life are raging around us. So with an external locus of control, we're bouncing around. We're just tossed about and scarred by our circumstances. But with an internal locus of control, we can go in a constant direction, and we have peace and joy despite our circumstances. You know people who live from an internal locus of control. You know these people. These are the people who have a sense of peace about them. A strength in hard times that seems unexplainable. Almost as if they have something bigger, stronger, and wiser than themselves living inside of them. Imagine that. Maybe they do. As Christians, we have no excuse not to be living from an internal locus of control. This is because we're supposed to have Holy Spirit living inside of us. And we're supposed to have internalized all of the truth of Christ's teachings. This should give us a tremendous sense of peace and joy and fulfillment, really. And that's what ChristianLifeCoaching.org is all about. It's all about pursuing that peace and that joy and that fulfillment that we are promised as children of God.